And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So I'm back here once again on YouTube after being for the last few weeks streaming live on Facebook. But apparently today they shut me off for some odd reason, saying that my content was going against their policy. I have no idea why. I didn't do anything particular yesterday to warrant that. Didn't play any music that didn't belong to me. And I don't think I streamed more than an hour, so I'll have to check that out later on when I finish the stream. Anyways, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's start off like we always do. I'm going to go over to the computer. We're going to check out what we did yesterday, and then we'll tackle our day from there. So what did we do yesterday? If I recall, we worked a lot on our plants. We added some detail to our vines and our trees. And then after that, more details on some plants, and the same for everything else, right? More details, more details. And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to continue by adding, first of all, a major plant on our painting. And then after that, I am going to add some little planets, at least the white background, because I'm going to paint them in orange and I want the orange to pop out. So I'm going to put a white background just so it will electrify the colors a little bit more. So first of all, I'm going to put a plant like one of these trees right in here. And I'm going to do that right now. And then after that, we will put the white background either to some leaves, depending on the time we have, and on my little planets, which I think at this point I had left them out because I didn't need to do it right away, but apparently I'm getting to that point where now it requires the background to be done. So that said, let me see if I can't get a new palette out of this. It's not as cold in the summertime as it is right now, so the paint kind of usually just peels right off. There we go. So I'll show you right on camera number one. I'll bring camera number one over a little bit closer. Like that. And then I'll show you as you see this old paint right here, and I just kind of grab the edge and I kind of just pull it off. And since this is a non-porous object, you can see that will just peel right off. Nothing but a polymer emulsion. That is all that it is. So very practical to have new palettes. So that said, where's my green paint? Did I put it back over here? No, here it is right here. Am I going to use this one? I have several choices. Green Deep Permanent. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. I want a nice dark green. There we go. And I'm going to add just a little bit of white to it. There, let's see what that gives us. I'll grab this brush. And let's see what this does. So here, I'll do this on camera number one as well. So let me hook up both of these cameras. Hello. And I'll bring this. Salut. Ça va? Ouais. And so let's blend both of these guys together. And you will see what we come up with. Let me just get over here to camera number one. Let's just blend everything. I'm going to have to add quite a bit more water. This is going to be very thick. I'll just keep mixing this to get a nice homogeneous color. I might add a little bit more green to this to make it a little darker. I don't know, that looks kind of nice though. Nice hue to this green. So what should I do? Yeah, I'm going to add just a tad more of the green paint just to make it a little bit darker. I think it'll look a little bit nicer. That is, if I can find my tube of green paint. What am I doing? Ah, here it is. Put it someplace where I never put it. So let's add just a little bit more green. There we go. And a little bit more water because it is awfully thick. So let's go back to camera number 1 here and check this out. There, it's a little bit darker, not too much. It's going to be just right. I have a feeling I've made too much paint though. That's all right. Let me add a little bit of water. It's still a little thick. There we go. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let me get camera number 1 ready for our session. So I'm going to just put it right here. I want to get it off to the side. I don't really like being in front of the lens. I think something like this should do it. We can always adjust it as we go along. And I think for this, I'm going to grab my chair. And actually, I'm going to grab my bar stool, which looks a little bit higher, which should do the trick, making me comfortable while I paint. So important to be comfortable. There we go. So I am going to add one more big blob of water, though. Just a little bit more water because it seemed awfully thick. And I do enjoy it when the paint just kind of flows on the canvas. So much nicer to work with. There, that looks like it's just right. Just get the excess paint off my brush. All right. So let's get to work. This might have to take 2 coats, huh? We'll see. I doubt this green is going to cover everything just like that. I'll have to see tomorrow. Go. I have to kind of step back, take a look from afar. All right, doesn't look too bad. Maybe it's just a little bigger. How about that? Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. You have a lot of paint left, so maybe I'll add just another plant over here in this corner. I'll make the jungle nice and thick and rich. go. Yeah, this is going to definitely need 2 coats. I can already see right through this first coat. There we go. This camera back and see where we're at. Okay, very good. So I'm just going to get some white paint together and just make the background to my planets, as I mentioned earlier. There we go. So that is done. Now I'm going to have to add some water to this. And I might as well just use any old brush. Now I'm not going to mix this on camera because it has a white background, white paint, and all I'm doing is adding water. Really not very interesting. I just want to make this a little more liquid and try to keep it as opaque as possible as well. So and this is going to be a short stream because once I do these little bubbles, these little planets, there's nothing I can do until tomorrow or until it's dry. Most of these will be covered as well. They'll definitely be in the background. Donc, what am I going to use? A little paintbrush. This one looks pretty good. While that's soaking, I'll get the camera ready over here. Because like usual, I'm in the upper left-hand corner and work my way down since I'm right-handed. So, let's go to camera number 1. Check this out. There we go. Bit bigger. Go. And let's move this over a little bit. Fuck. I put my hands in the paint. Just what I wanted to avoid doing. But no big deal. There you go. What the hell is going on here? come down here first for a second. And let's come back way up over here. Barely on camera. I know there's going to be a lot of plants up in this corner, so I'm not going to worry about too much. I'm going to get a few in the background. Will they show? I have no idea. Let's go back over here. Come down into these plant areas. Trying not to get my hand in the wet paint. That. There we go. Again, try to get a few more of these bubbles without getting my hand in the wet paint. See if I can pull it off. There we go. And maybe one last one way over here. I'll pull the camera back for that one. It's a big one because, again, I know there will be plants on top of this. There. There we go. Just put the excess paint back in its jar. There we go. All right, so I have a feeling that's going to be it for today. Let me get the camera back over here for a second. Get a view from camera number 2 as well. I'll zoom in a little bit. This up, move this over. Move this up some more, something like that. It looks a little crooked, but that's the way it goes. All right, so that does look crooked, doesn't it? Wow. Is there anything I can do about that? I would have to open this baby up over here, right? Once I start dicking around with these tripods, it's not obvious. So there we have it, camera number 2, and then the view from camera number 1. And that's it for today. Boy, it was pretty exciting today. Still got screwed by Facebook. I'm going to have to figure that one out. I have no idea why they wouldn't let me stream today. There's nothing particular I did yesterday different than the other days, but I'll go check that out right now. In the meantime, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Same thing, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. if you're living in the French Paris zone. And I'm going to leave you like I always do with 2 things. I'm going to leave you with my schedule and by saying, ciao mes amis.